What's going on, everyone? So welcome to my latest video. I'm joined with Sergey of SkynetGen. How's it going, guys? Be sure to subscribe to his YouTube channel as well as Letterboxd. Guys, as I'm sure you're aware, it is July 2024, which means that there is 50% off of Criterion Blu-rays and 4Ks at Barnes & Noble. So we're doing our latest Criterion haul. So let's get started.
Alright, so we have very limited selection here, so a lot of hard decisions to make.
Yeah, I don't like this year. It's so bare bones. Like it used to be all the way down there in terms of a selection. Now we just have these two shelves. Like these two shelves out of all of this. Very sad.
Yeah, a lot of these titles are probably like way down the line that I'd pick up, and some of these are ones that I'd probably rewatch before I would ever pick up. Like this Western, the Gregorio Cortez, I remember liking. I don't know if it's something I would need to own. Blood Simple, I did enjoy quite a bit, and it is
solid.
4K cut of this, so
good pickup. Your favorite, Sergey? Bottle Rocket.
Oh gosh, no.
Ta-da!
The cranes are flying. I remember having a really great gut punch ending, and that's kind of what kept me thinking about the film. It does drag quite a bit, so it's always kind of made me hesitate whether I wanted to own it or not, but that's a possible pickup.
Possibility.
Exotica, it does come with another film from the director. What is it called? Calendar. I remember enjoying both of these. Exotica definitely has like this atmosphere that you just kind of get lost in, so I did enjoy it quite a bit.
It's been on my watch list. Sergey, we got to get you to do a blind buy.
No. What if I hate it?
That's fair.
Lone Star is pretty good Western, actually. I recently saw this.
I think that's 4K too.
Yeah, it is. Still a few titles I need to check out. Malcolm X and Manchurian Candidate.
Yes. Ironically, Denzel Washington stars in the remake of Manchurian Candidate.
Okja, I still need to watch. Onibaba.
Ooh, Onibaba's, that's a lot of fun. That was a blind buy of myself. Same with Rafifi.
Dawn of Blood, I keep picking this title up. I want to own it, but it's a 2K digital transfer. I don't know. As long as we don't get the 4K anytime soon, I'll be satisfied.
We get the announcement next month. Oh, 4K announcement.
You guys accept returns? Wings of Desire, I still need to check out. Watership Down is probably one of my favorite animated films, at least in the Criterion Collection. I don't think there's actually a whole lot of them.
No, they don't really have many. Well, your favorite Fantastic Planet.
It's interesting, I'll give it that, but it wasn't for me.
I know, I'm so annoyed that they don't have it in stock.
Power of the Dog I do need to revisit, and it is 4K.
It looks great on 4K. How Coda won over that? I'll never know.
It's some more accessible movie for people, so.
Everyone comment in the comment section on which you prefer, Coda versus Power of the Dog. We're gonna turn this video into that.
Hey, I enjoyed Coda more, so I don't know. What else we got? This might be it. I'm not seeing anything else.
You have such a huge selection to choose from.
It's more than usual, actually.
That is fair.
Anatomy of a Murder, excellent film.
You don't own that already?
No, I do.
Okay.
But I want audience members that don't know about this film, check it out. It's a great courtroom film. Antichrist, hard film to watch, but it's definitely memorable. Being there, this was a blind buy. Very happy I blind bought it. This is After Hours. I think they have the 4K. This is one I thought was solid, but I don't know. I just haven't decided yet on if I want to pick it up. Anatomy of a Fall. I love this film, but it's a 2K scan, and I don't know. I just have a feeling that's going to get a 4K release. I just gut feeling. Maybe down the line, if it doesn't get a 4K, maybe I'll pick it up. But for now, I'm just waiting. Carnival Souls. This was a blind buy. Really liked it. Repo Man. I heard this got a 4K release, so I'm gonna hold off on blind buying. Don't Look Now, I already own on 4K. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, I own on Blu-ray, so I think I'm gonna pass for now on the 4K. But the Blu-ray looks really good. Ooh, this one looks interesting. The Friends of Eddie Coyle, Peter Yates fan. He did Breaking Away, which was actually a really good sports film. So I also like Robert Mitchum, so this would be maybe a blind buy. I Am Cuba, 4K, Blu-ray. I Am Cuba I've had on my list for a long time. Maybe I'll get that at some point. It's a Mad Mad World, excellent film. La Haine. I own this on Blu-ray, but they do it with 4K, but I don't know. Maybe next time. What we got here? Let the Sun Shine In. I've heard good things about those. For now, let's see. Malcolm X I own on Blu-ray, but it's the regular Blu-ray. I don't have the 4K though, so if they had the 4K, I would think about upgrading. But for now, just wait. Okay, Mrs. Miller, I got on 4K at my last haul. Great film.
Do you have On the Waterfront?
Yes, I actually love this Blu-ray edition. Like, I don't know, the fact that it comes with 2 discs and you know, it's a new 4K restoration. Mirror, really like that one. Alcatraz Solid. Oh, Parallax View. This I not rewatched. I saw it for the first time in March and really liked it. It's a conspiracy thriller. Really good. It's I feel like it's a good companion piece with Clute. Ironically, the same director. I'm picking that up. The others, I already own this on Blu-ray. If they had the 4K here, maybe I would pick it up, but I don't know. One False Move. I've heard good things about this. This might be a maybe. I've never seen it before though. Pink Flamingos. Nah. I'm glad we saw it together, but I don't think I would watch it.
It's a lot better than I was expecting, but it's not something I'd watch again.
Yeah. Rafifi, glad I blind bought this. Really good heist film. Let's see, Secret Sunshine. You were telling me about this, how this is like almost the Korean version of like a ghost story.
Pretty much.
I love a ghost
How
story.
depressed do you want to be, Chad?
Might be a blind buy. Sid and Nancy, my friend Kevin, he is having a movie night for that movie, so I think I'm gonna wait for him to show it to me before going down that rabbit hole. Sweet Smell of Success, really good film. Taken, I've heard good things about. Throne of Blood, I'm in the same boat as you. I want to blind buy, but I also want to wait for the 4K because it's Kurosawa. To Die For.
Alright, so I will sell you my Blu-ray of Throne of Blood.
To Die For, I might blind buy this because it's Nicole Kidman. She saved movies that AMC ad. Gus Van Sant, I like for the most part, and it also has Joaquin Phoenix and Casey Affleck, so I think I'm gonna pick that up. This is just frustrating. They have Trainspotting on Blu-ray but on 4K. So that means I'm probably gonna put an order on that online. War and Peace, I remember you talking about this, how it's shot as almost as if it's like a painting, like every shot. But that 422-minute runtime kind of makes me think twice. But I do want to watch it at some point. I just don't know about a blind buy. Working Girls with Good Things. Alright, I think for now I'm good. Good with this.
So I think I'm going to narrow it down to 2 titles, because simply most of the titles I want are online. So I think that's where most of my shopping is going to be, actually. Cranes of Flying, I think that's going to be a much later pickup, and I do need to rewatch before I pick that one up. Same goes with the Ballad of Gregorio Cortez. Exotica, I do really like, but I know I'm going to pick it up. I don't need to rewatch it, and it does come with 2 movies that I enjoy, so I think it's a really great deal.
Win-win.
Blood Simple, I do like the Coen brothers, and this is actually a really great entry. This might be like a next time pickup though. I think I'm going to settle with the first 2 actually. Lone Star is good. Might need one more watch to see if it's a movie that kind of needs more than one watching, more than one viewing. But Watership Down, I think, is a very graphic animated film, and one that really sticks with you. It's got a really great score, and a story that really engaged me throughout the whole runtime. Throne of Blood is just one of my favorite Kurosawa films, in addition to High and Low. So just a film that I'm always like thinking about, and very inspirational in many other films that I enjoy, so definitely wanted to pick it up. Just waiting for that 4K. It's just like, I'm gonna pick it up. Seven Samurai, I will wait for that on 4K.
Me too.
I don't think it's here anyway.
No.
Same thing goes with Barry Lyndon. That was a title I was thinking about picking up when I came here, but with the 50th anniversary coming up, I might as well just wait for that as well. So these are the 2.
Those are the 2.
Yeah.
All right, so my turn. So Friends of Eddie Coyle, I've seen the poster for this several times, but I actually haven't seen it, so it'd be a blind buy. Looking at the back, it seems interesting. It's dealing with CD characters, but I'm gonna put this in the baby pile. One False Move. This is it's a Blu-ray, but it's a 4K restoration, and I don't know, it seems interesting. Like, it's from the same writer of Sling Blade, Billy Bob Thornton, Bill Paxton, as far as police officer. So it seems something that I would like. I'll put this in the maybe. Parallax View, I'm picking this up. That's 100%. Secret Sunshine. It seems like something I would like, but off camera I know you were saying that it's like very, very slow, and more so than the story, and that you don't know if there's like rewatchability value. So I might actually wait to watch this first. To Die For, honestly, I'm gonna pick this up because even though it's a blind buy, like look at that poster. Like, it looks like the poster is a smile, but it's apparently it's a drama. So, and I like all the actors. I like Gus Van Sant, I think, for the most part. So I think I'm gonna blind buy this. All right, and then now I'll just go do these 2. This is tough. These are both like crime films, which I usually like. I'm trying to think. This is tough. Friends of Eddie Coyle or One False Move. Like, and this is a 70s film. 70s are usually a pretty safe bet. They're both blind buys, both crime films. Both have actors I like. I just want to limit 3 films here because I'm already planning to get 3 online, which I'll show the audiences like later when I'm picking up. But so I just want to limit it to just one of these. This is tough. I told you it's gonna be half the video is me trying to decide between like 2 films. This is tough. You know what? I think I'm actually gonna go with the Friends of Eddie Coyle because I'm looking at the description. An open heart for its less than heroic characters. This is one of the true treasures of 1970s Hollywood filmmaking, a suspenseful crime drama in stark, unforgiving daylight. That sounds like a film right up my alley. This does too, but just really selling like less than heroic. I don't know. I think I'm getting that. So it was tough. Like I said, One False Move and Secret Sunshine I wanted to get.
But again, I'm trying to limit myself here because I know I'm getting 3 others online. So, Friends of Eddie Coyle, To Die For, Parallax 2. So 1 film I've seen before, 2 blind buys. So fingers crossed. And that's it, everyone. Like I said, I'll be filming a part later on in regards to what I'm picking up online. Yeah, that'll be it. So after yesterday's haul, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't 100% happy with, necessarily all that I got and, some of the things that weren't in stock. And I was actually really bummed out with how few the selection was at the Neshaminy Barnes & Noble. So it's one of those things where I've come to accept that stores are leaning more towards physical media being online. I get that. It's a shame, though. It's very saddening. It's been really, really saddening for me. So I started looking online at the Oxford Valley Barnes & Nobles, which I did visit last month, and it was saddening. There really wasn't a selection, but at the same time, when I looked it up today, I actually saw that despite there being such a limited selection, I saw that there were some films where it was like, yeah, I want that. Those were films that I was hoping would be at the Neshaminy one, but they weren't. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to venture out. I'm actually going to, try to pick those up. So I did, but here's the thing. On a negative note, I did actually return the Friends of Eddie Coyle, which is what I picked up yesterday. I'm not going to lie, I did look up the review on Blu-ray.com, and I saw that it had solid ratings, but at the same time, they did say that there were some issues. And then on top of that, it was just one of those things where I was like, you know what, maybe I should just, hold the brakes, return it, and just actually watch it before buying. So I decided to do that. I returned it, and ironically, there were 2 films that I was going back and forth between yesterday, The Friends of Eddie Coyle and One False Move. So what I did was I ended up returning that, and then I ended up picking up One False Move. And I'm glad that I did, because this is actually on 4K. What I had yesterday was on Blu-ray in regards to One False Move. So I am glad in retrospect that I decided to first pick up The Friends of Eddie Coyle, because now I ended up picking up the 4K. So I'm excited to watch this. It's supposed to be like a simple plan and No Country for Old Men, so I'm very excited. The cast also looks very appealing, and the premise just seems, very much so right up my alley. So I'm excited to check this out. And again, this is a blind buy. So if you've seen this film, let me know. Is this a film that worked for you? And then the other film, this is what I was really hoping would be at Neshaminy yesterday, but alas, it wasn't. This is Trainspotting. Trainspotting is one of my favorite films of all time. I think it is a masterpiece. And ironically, it's really good at blending genres. And despite the heavy subject matter, it's a pretty funny film. I've seen this on DVD. I've seen it on streaming. I've seen it on Blu-ray. And in fact, up until yesterday, I did own the Blu-ray. And when I heard about this 4K rendition, I heard that it was revisionist. At least it looked revisionist. It looks like they decided to change the color timing to fit more, modern looking audience, specifically the sequel. But recently I became educated in that I found out that the look of this film on the 4K is apparently the look of what it looked like in theaters based on footage. And on top of that, Danny Boyle did also give his stamp of approval, like saying like, yeah, this is what it was supposed to look like. So as it turns out, the DVD, the Blu-ray, and the streaming, that was the revisionist history. And this is supposed to be what it was supposed to look like to begin with. So that reason alone, I'm very excited to finally check this film out in 4K. I will say this, I have heard bad things about the packaging. It's supposed to be worse than the Citizen Kane 4K packaging, so that does give me pause, but at the same time, the 4K video quality as well as the actual audio quality has me excited. And again, it's one of my favorite films of all time, so I'm glad I own it on 4K now. But yeah, those are the 2 films that I picked up today. I am planning to actually go back to Neshaminy because there are 2 films that I put on hold. So they should be in on Sunday, so I'll be filming my final part in regards to my haul for July then. So yeah, so I mentioned in the previous part how Barnes & Nobles was going to contact me and say like, hey, the holds are in, you have 2 of them. So it turned out that was today. I'm filming this on July 17th, 2024. They contacted me on Monday, but today I was going to the movie, so I was like, okay, now is when I'm going to pick them up. So I went there.
I picked up the holds, but I also decided to scroll around on Barnes & Noble's, like their selection for, you know, Criterion Blu-rays and 4Ks. And don't you know it, they restocked on Sunday. So there were actually some other films that I saw, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to pick these up. So I will say this, credit where credit's due. Now that I know that they restock on Sundays, they do have a little bit more of a selection, which is nice, but still, it's not what it once was. Which is a shame, but, you know, hopefully there's still, you know, 2 shelves worth in November for the next Criterion haul. But anyways, so there were 2 films that I had on hold, and then there were 2 films that I looked at and I said, you know what, I'm going to pick these up. So let's get into them. So kicking things off, I got Fantastic Planet. This was one of the films that was on hold. I saw this film a couple months ago, and I absolutely adored it. It is a surreal, trippy, psychedelic experience of a film. It is an animated film, but it is definitely not for younger audiences. This is for more mature adults. It is 72 minutes long, but it's got some of the best world building I've seen. And it's just a film that really sticks with you. I love the score. It's just, again, an unforgettable experience. So if you are someone that likes experimental filmmaking, whilst at the same time also builds a world that feels very lived in and just unique, this is the film for you. But again, it's not for all audience members. This is a 2K restoration on Blu-ray, so it is not a 4K restoration put onto a Blu-ray disc. But you know what? That's fine, because I saw this on HBO Max and the streaming looked good. So I can only imagine what the Blu-ray will look like. So I'm excited to rewatch this film. So that was one of the holds. The last hold was for 5 Easy Pieces. So this film I saw a couple months ago, and if you go on my Letterboxd, I think I gave it like, I think it was a 3.5 out of 5 or a 3.75 out of 5, and it would have been actually lower because the first half I wasn't like 100% on board, but the second half really grabbed me. It made me recontextualize, honestly, the first half, and the ending really brought everything together. Like, I really, really loved the ending. I think it's a very fascinating character piece, and that's the thing too, like, with how fascinating it is, with how memorable that second half is, it makes me already want to revisit it, and that's how I know that this is a film that will get better on rewatch. So I'm glad that I decided to pick this up. I will say this, though, this is just an odd side note, but I want to mention it for, you know, those of you that, you know, might not know this. So when I looked at this film up on Blu-ray.com, the review stated that this was from a 4K restoration, and it only has the front cover, which is this. But on the back cover, if you look, it actually says that it is a restored high-definition digital transfer, which is fine. I just think that it's kind of a shame that Blu-ray.com said it's from a 4K scan, because it's apparently not. It's from an HD scan. That being said, I don't know if at any point in time we'll actually get like a 4K restoration of this film. But at the same time, I know I'm going to be happy with this release because I've seen the pictures of what the Blu-ray looks like, and I'm very much certain that I'm going to really like this Blu-ray. So I'm excited to rewatch this film already, and yeah, so I picked it up on Blu-ray. All right, and the next 2, these are the ones that I mentioned that I wasn't planning to pick up. Or let me reword that. This next one I'm about to mention, this was one that, going into July, I said to myself, this is one that I would blind buy. But then when I went to Barnes & Noble's in Chamonix as well as Oxford, it wasn't there. So it was just one of those things where I was like, you know what, I'll just push it off to November. But don't you know, when I went into Barnes & Noble's today, they had this film. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to pick it up. And that film is Ghost Dog, The Way of the Samurai. So this is a Jim Jarmusch film. I've only seen one of his films, I believe, which is The Dead Don't Die. And I know a lot of people don't like that film, but I actually quite enjoyed that when I saw it in theaters. And this film just seems right on my alley. It's a combination of genres. It's a crime film, a gangster film, but it's also a Western, and it's also a samurai film. I know. Very odd pairing, but I'm excited, honestly. And I also really like Forest Whitaker, so I'm excited to check this out. I also wanted to pick this up because this is, again, a film that I'm blind buying. And it is from a 4K restoration, which basically means the 4K restoration was put onto a Blu-ray disc. So there's no HDR or anything, but it's still a film that I know is going to look really healthy and really, really good looking. So I'm excited to watch this film, and that's why I blind bought it. And next up, this is a film that I honestly
didn't think I would rewatch, because it's a film that when I saw it 6.5 years ago, I thought it was just solid, albeit a bit too long. But I started thinking about it more today when I saw it actually at Barnes & Nobles, and I was like, you know what? I think I should pick this up. I think that reading the premise, because I didn't really remember much of the film other than those things that I mentioned in terms of just thinking it was too long. Just reading the premise, I was like, I feel like this is a film that now in my life I would like. And that film is Paris, Texas. Yeah, I know. I know what you're thinking. Wait, you thought this film was solid and not, like, amazing? I know. There's certain films that people love on Letterboxd and love on IMDb that I just don't love immediately. And that's fine. Part of film and TV shows is rewatching, learning, and really appreciating things. Sometimes it just didn't hit you at the right part of your life. Sometimes it takes just being in the right part of your life to appreciate something. And I think that with where I'm at now, I think I'd really appreciate Paris, Texas. This is a restored high-definition transfer, so similar to those other two, it is a HD, not 4K restoration put onto a Blu-ray disc. So I know, I broke my rule, because in the past I said that I, from here onwards, would just buy, like, Blu-rays that were 4K transfers put onto the Blu-ray disc. But some of these, I was just like, I just don't see them getting 4Ks. They might down the line, but as of right now, I don't see that happening. But Paris, Texas, I also just, again, when I saw the Blu-ray cover, I was like, I should rewatch this film. So let me know, of these films, though, which you've seen, which you want to see, any that you like, any you don't like, just let me know. But again, these are the 4 films: Fantastic Planet, 5 Easy Pieces, Ghost Dog, The Way of the Samurai, and Paris, Texas. And yeah, that is the end of my Criterion video, though. I know breaking it up into different parts was odd, but that's the way the cookie crumbled. Like I said, if all these films were actually there the first time I went with Sergey, it would have just been one part. But I had to break it up because certain locations had it in stock, and then other times they had to be restocked, and sometimes you had to, order them in order for them to even make it to the store. So that's just where we are with physical media at Barnes & Nobles, unfortunately. So that being said, again, I do try to support physical media when I can, as well as, Criterion. So, yeah. But guys, again, let me know what you picked up during this Criterion sale of July. And as always, if you haven't done so already, don't forget the subscription, notification bell, follow me, Sergey, as well as on Patreon, Letterboxd down below, and I will catch you guys later.